This is an example of how to find the value of some trigonometric functions given a point on an xy coordinate grid. So this example says the terminal side of an angle theta in standard position passes through the point -1, -3. You need to calculate the exact values of sine, cosine, and tangent for that angle theta. It is very helpful if you draw what the question is asking first. So XY rectangular coordinate system. I'm going to go ahead and make it fairly large grid here. We have -1 and -3. So this is the point that the terminal side of angle theta is passing through. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this with trigonometry by making a right triangle. So this angle will be theta, then this side will be x, this side will be y, and we also have the hypotenuse, h. Now here's what we know. We know that x equals -1. We know that y equals -3. We need to find the hypotenuse before we can do anything else here. So the hypotenuse is found by using the Pythagorean theorem. So x squared plus y squared equals h squared. X is -1, don't forget to put it in parentheses, otherwise your values will still be negative, and that is not a good thing. So 1 squared is just 1, -3 squared is +9, and we have h squared. So h squared would be 10, which means that the hypotenuse itself is the square root of 10. Now that we know the value for the hypotenuse, we actually can go ahead and populate our trigonometric functions. So the values of sine, we'll start with the sine. Sine of theta. Sine is the y coordinate over the hypotenuse. Our y coordinate was -3. Our hypotenuse was the square root of 10. Now we cannot leave that as our final answer. We do have to rationalize the denominator. You do that by multiplying top and bottom by the square root of 10 over the square root of 10, or whatever your denominator was. On the top, in the numerator, we have -3 times the square root of 10. On the bottom in the denominator, the square root of 10 times itself loses the square root and just becomes 10. And this would be your final answer. Now let's go ahead and look at cosine. Cosine of theta would be the x-coordinate over the hypotenuse. The x-coordinate was -1. The hypotenuse is the square root of 10. And we have to do the same thing here. We have to rationalize the denominator. So multiply numerator and the denominator by the square root of 10, leaving you with negative square root of 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom. So this is your cosine theta value. Now tangent. Tangents of the same angle theta. Well, we could use the fact that it's sine over cosine, but it is easier here to use the fact that it is y over x. Less simplifications this way. Y over x, my y was -3. My x was -1. Do not leave two negatives. Go ahead and simplify. Negative over a negative is a positive result. So your tangent theta is 3.